So the first question I usually get from people is, whoa, what do you do? What's it like? And the thing that I would say to that is that it's like anything else. First of all, what I do, I teach art generally to elementary school students, although I've taught middle, high school, and college level. And that part is fun, and that part is generally similar across the globe. Kids, like to experiment, and they like to be curious about things, and they like to make stuff. So that part is generally the same throughout the world, regardless of where I am. And in terms of what it's like anything else. Like, some days are incredibly frustrating. Some days are incredibly rewarding. I think, sometimes there can be barriers to systems that I'm used to and systems that are taking place in whatever country I'm living in. And that can be frustrating. But I think for the most part, you learn to be really adaptable and able to handle most things. There are places that are sometimes harder to live in than other places, but I think for the most part, you come up against the same things you would come up to if I was still living in the United States. There would probably be, maybe even I would say, more frustrations if I was living in the United States, because at least when you're living overseas as a teacher, mostly you get housing and insurance and flights home covered. That takes a huge weight off of, having to figure all that part out. And in the States, that would never be covered. So, you take the good with the bad.